Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into something incredibly important. Building a mental toolkit for adversity. Life, as we all know, isn't always smooth sailing. It throws curveballs, presents challenges, and sometimes it just plain knocks us down. But what separates those who bounce back from those who stay down isn't the absence of hardship. It's the presence of a well-stocked mental toolkit. And today, I'm gonna help you build yours. So, what's the first tool we need? It's mindfulness and emotional regulation. Now, this might sound complex, but the core idea is simple. Learn to sit with your feelings. When something tough happens, a setback at work, a personal disappointment, our first instinct is often to push the negative emotions away. We distract ourselves, we numb out, we pretend we're fine. But here's the thing. Those feelings don't just disappear. They go underground and they fester. Mindfulness teaches us a different approach. It's about acknowledging your feelings without judgment. Imagine you're sitting by a river and your thoughts and emotions are leaves floating by. You don't have to jump into the river and grab every single one. You can just observe them. There's sadness. Okay, that's frustration. I see you. Anxiety. By naming and acknowledging them, you take away their power over you. You're no longer fighting in a battle. You're just observing the weather inside your own mind. A simple technique to start is the RAIN method. R, recognize what's happening. A, allow the experience to be there. I, investigate with kindness. N, nurture with self-compassion. This isn't about wallowing. It's about processing. It is the difference between trying to hold a beach ball underwater, which is exhausting, and just letting it float on the surface beside you. It's still there, but it's not consuming all your energy. This practice creates a crucial space between a feeling and your reaction to it. In that space, you find your power to choose how you respond, rather than just reacting on autopilot. Now, that brings us beautifully to our second tool, which is a perfect partner to mindfulness. The power of self-compassion. This one is a game changer. Ask yourself this. When a close friend is going through a hard time, how do you treat them? You're probably kind, patient, and understanding. You'd say things like, "It's okay to feel this way," or "You did your best, and that's enough." Now ask yourself another question. When you are going through that same hard time, what does your inner voice sound like? For many of us, it's a harsh critic. You should have known better. Why aren't you over this yet? You failed. We would never speak to a friend that way, yet we do it to ourselves all the time. Self-compassion is about turning that kindness inward. It's about treating yourself like you would a trusted friend during tough times. It's not about making excuses or letting yourself off the hook. It's about recognizing that being human means being imperfect. It means messing up, feeling pain, and struggling. Dr. Kristen Neff, a leading researcher in this field, breaks it down into 3 components. Mindfulness, there it is again, a sense of common humanity, recognizing that suffering is a shared human experience, and self-compassion. When you file, instead of beating yourself up, try saying, "This is really hard right now. Many people go through similar struggles. How can I be kind to myself in this moment?" Maybe it's making a cup of tea, going for a walk, or just allowing yourself to rest. This isn't weakness. It's a powerful source of resilience. A self-critical mind burns out, but a self-compassionate mind has the strength to get back up, learn, and try again. It's the ultimate support system, and it's with you 24/7. Okay, so we've learned to acknowledge our feelings and treat ourselves with kindness. What's the third tool we need to forge unbreakable grit? This one is active and incredibly empowering. Building your win library. What's a win library? It's a mental or even physical collection of your past successes, triumphs, and moments of resilience. Our brains have a negative bias. They're wired to remember threats and failures more vividly than successes. It's an old survival mechanism. But in the modern world, this can leave us feeling defeated when we face a new challenge. We forget all the times we've overcome things before. The win library is your way of fighting back against that bias. You have to be intentional about it. Take some time right now even to think back. Recall a time you solved a complex problem. Remember when you learned a new skill that felt impossible at first. Think about a time you faced a fear, big or small, and pushed through it. Remember a moment you were proud of yourself. These are your wins. You can write them down in a journal, keep a note on your phone, or just mentally file them away. The key is to be specific. Don't just write finished a project. Right? I stayed up late, figured out that tricky software issue, and delivered a project my boss loved. Feel the pride and accomplishment associated with that memory. Why is this so powerful? Because when you're in the middle of a struggle, when your self-doubt is screaming at you, your win library is your evidence. It's your personal archive of proof that you are capable, resilient, and strong. You can mentally check out a book from your library and say, wait a minute, I felt this overwhelmed when I was learning to drive, and now I do it without thinking. I felt this scared before that big presentation, and I nailed it. I've been here before, and I've found my way through. It's not about arrogance. It's about accessing your own history of competence. It reframes a new challenge from an impossible mountain into just another hill you have the tools to climb. It fuels your grit for the future by reminding you of the strength you've already demonstrated in the past. So, let's put it all together. When adversity strikes, what do you do? First, you use mindfulness to acknowledge and allow your difficult feelings without letting them overwhelm you. You sit by the river and watch them float by. Second, you wrap yourself in self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a dear friend. You give yourself permission to be human. And third, you march into your win library and pull out the evidence of your own strength, reminding yourself of every past challenge you have ever overcome. These three tools, mindfulness, self-compassion, and your win library, don't stop bad things from happening. That's not their purpose. Their purpose is to fundamentally change your relationship with adversity. They transform it from a destructive force into an opportunity for growth. They are the bedrock of true, sustainable resilience. Building this toolkit takes practice. It's like building muscle at the gym. You won't be an expert overnight, but every time you consciously use one of these tools, you get a little bit stronger. You're building a psychological foundation that can withstand whatever storms life throws your way. You're not just surviving, you're learning how to thrive. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I truly hope these tools can serve you as well as they have served me. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss our future conversations. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these tools are you most excited to start using? Or do you have a go-to resilience tool of your own? Share it with the community. Until next time, be kind to yourselves and keep building.